All right. I think it's time to go ahead and dive into the main event. I'm going to go ahead and start recording this session. Oh, it's already recording. Maybe it happened automatically. I don't know, but we're already there. So it's time to go. Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to be here with you today on this Saturday. Hopefully, wherever you're tuning in from, you're getting a little peek of spring, a little sunshine, and a little bit of nice weather. My name is Meaghan Deiter. I am a professor in the theater department. I specialize in music theater, and I teach acting, voice and speech, singing, and of course, acting for singers. I also direct the yearly departmental musical for the theater department. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all here today for this Family Week virtual event featuring the performing arts. We're so excited. We have a great program for you today. And I just want to take a minute to welcome everyone, whether you are a student who's already involved in the arts, potentially performing or being a panelist here today, or a student out to support your colleagues in the arts, or maybe if you're a newer student interested in getting involved, welcome, and welcome to all of your families. We're excited to have you here. And also a very special welcome to our P25 students, our early decisions for the class of 25. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here and hopefully your families as well. And as we go through our program today, please be aware that there is a Q&A function there in the chat Q&A box. And we just want to welcome you, invite you to send us questions throughout the entire event. You don't have to wait to the end for the Q&A, just keep them coming if something pops up and you want to know more about particular programming, potentially academic paths, how to get involved, or even just how to watch something as an audience member. Please throw those questions into the chat. And at the end of the session, we'll answer them both as faculty panelists and student panelists. But before we get to that, we have some wonderful performances for you, both from music and from the theater department. After that, we will hear from 4 faculty panelists for a little overview of some of the things both of our departments offer. And then, like I said, we'll bring in the student panelists and hear about the different organizations they're involved in and how you might want to get involved if you're a student. And then finally, hopefully answer some questions. So again, as we go, throw those questions into the chat. And now, without further ado, we're going to get on to the performances. So I will be throwing this over to Professor Jan Muller-Szeraws, and he's going to introduce our first performing group. So Jan, take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much, Meaghan. Good afternoon. My name is Jan Muller-Szeraws, and I'm a cellist and artist in residence in the college. So thank you so much for joining us today. Music is so important for all of us, and I'm really, really happy to introduce 3 of our wonderful students in the Chen music program. First, violinist Liz Mazoko. She's a double major in music and accounting. She's a senior. Pianist Kevin Chen is a Brooks Scholar and majors in music and computer science and is also senior. And cellist Joe Krakolici, he's also Brooks Scholar and sophomore, double majoring in music and accounting as well. So they will be playing for you the first movement. They actually will be playing 2 pieces for you. The first movement of the C minor trio by Felix Mendelssohn, Opus 66. And then Joe and Kevin will be playing the 3rd movement of the Rachmaninoff Cello Sonata for you.
Thank you all so much for that beautiful music. What a lovely way to spend a Saturday afternoon. So uplifting and Inspiring, gorgeous work, everyone. Thank you for sharing that. It's also really exciting to see the students performing live together, even though we may not be able to be there as audience members in person yet. Very moving, even from here in the computer screen, to hear them playing live. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you for sharing that. And now we're going to move to some vocalists that we also have to share with you, who will also be performing live from various dorm rooms on the Holy Cross campus. All three of these students took my Singing for the Broadway stage class, and now they're actually all three taking the second level of the course, and this is our pilot semester of that, and we're really excited to share that work with you today. One student will also be singing a song from our original musical that we composed to be rehearsed, filmed, and put together remotely, and it is streaming right now. You can find it on the theater website, and you can also find it in the Family Week links. So without further ado, we're going to go drop in on Grace Aquilano, who will be singing a song for us from the musical On the Town by Leonard Bernstein. This is I Can Cook Too, and it was written in 1944, and I will be sending it your way, Grace.
Great job, Grace. Hi, everyone. My name is Liza Goodman. I'm a senior, and I will be singing a song from our original musical streaming right now called Deluge. I had a dream when I was young. I thought I'd study, be a nun. I never stepped on the first rung. Another calling had begun. But still I wondered, was I wrong? Was I God's maiden all along? I didn't know what I should do. Every road seemed like a clue. If I pray a little harder, will it move mountains? I don't know. If I believe in my God, can I stay grounded? In my heart of hearts, I can't stop doubting. As I grew up, I grew less sure. Was God calling me to be pure? Which route was I to endure? My future seemed so insecure. I don't know quite what to believe, and so I stay on bended knee. I pray the Lord will come to me. I listen hard for him to speak. If I love a little harder, will it move mountains? I don't know how to help one who's still doubting. If I believe in my God, can I stay grounded? In my heart of hearts, I can't stop doubting. My God is not one to smite, but should I feel much more contrite, I'll stand my ground and fight my fights. I'll make sure I can sleep at night. If I love a little harder, will it move mountains? I don't know how to help one who's still doubting. I believe in my God. I pray to stay grounded. It's not a sin if I'm still doubting.
That was great, Liza. Hi, I'm Sadie O'Conor. I'm a junior, and this is The Girl in 14G by Janine Tesori and Dick Scanlon. I just moved in to 14G, so cozy, calm, and peaceful. Heaven for a mouse like me, with quiet by the leaseful. Pets are banned, parties too, and no solicitations. A window seat with garden view, a perfect nook to read a book. I'm lost in my Jane Austen when I hear say it isn't so, not the flat below. From an opera wannabe in 13G, a matinee of some cantata, Wagner's Ring and Traviata. My first night in 14G, I'll put up with Puccini, brew myself a cup of tea, crochet until she's feeny. 8:30, not a peep, except the clock tick-tocking. Now I lay me down to sleep, a comfy bed to rest my head, a stretch, a yawn. I'm almost gone when just be da do da do, just be da da na 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 na. Now the girl upstairs wakes me unawares, blowing going down from 15G, her reveille. She's scatting like her name is Ella. Guess who answers a cappella? Zoop doop loy loy. Oh, ah. Zoop doop loy loy. Oh, ah. I'm not one to raise my voice, make a fuss, or speak my mind, but might I query, would you mind if, could you kindly, okay, stop. That felt good. Stop. 13, 15, 14G, a most unlikely trio. Not quite three-part harmony. All the old birds were singing. Zoop-doop-loy-doy, spiddly-boppy-boy-doy. Stop. I've had my fill of peace and quiet. Shout out loud, I've changed my diet, all because of 14G.
Great work, Sadie. Thank you so much to Grace, Liza, and Sadie for sharing those live performances with us as well. Fabulous work, ladies. So much fun. Also a thanks to Ulysses Loken, our collaborative pianist, who recorded all of those tracks and worked with the singers to help them prepare the songs. He also happened to compose the original musical. So he's a busy guy, and thanks to him for all that hard work. At this time, we are going to turn this over to the faculty panelists. So I'm going to make a little adjustment to our Zoom view, and I'll invite all the faculty panelists to go ahead and turn their cameras on. All right, and we're all going to just speak a little bit to the different academic and extracurricular opportunities in both music and theater. And we're going to start with Professor Chris Arrell, who is also the chair of music. And I'll throw it over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Megan. And big congratulations to all of our wonderful student performers. Just fantastic work. So as Prof. Deiter said, I am Chris Arrell, chair of the music department. I'm a composer, a music technologist who teaches courses in music theory, technology and computer music, and composition. And I also direct the Holy Cross Laptop Ensemble. So I'll say a little bit about the program and the music major. First, what about our classes? Who are they open to? They're open to everyone, regardless of your major. We offer academic classes worth a full credit in a wide range of subjects, including music of the Western classical canon, music theory, global music, popular music, jazz, performance studies, composition, audio engineering, music technology, and music coding. And again, open to all majors. Our recently updated music major requires 10 courses. That's 3 in history, 3 in music theory, and 4 electives, as well as ensemble participation and vocal or instrumental lessons. Lessons are free for majors. I'd like to say a little bit about our wonderful facilities. We have a recently renovated Brooks Concert Hall, which you saw with the trio and then the duo, has superb acoustics. We have our Brooks recording studio, where actually that is being beamed from right now, with state-of-the-art recording and audio editing equipment. We have a Brooks computer music lab for audio and video production and editing. The Brooks Experimental Sound Studio, which currently has 8-channel surround sound and will soon have 16-channel surround sound. We have the Fenwick Music Library, which has around 50,000 sound recordings books on music, music scores, and videos. The St. Joseph's Memorial Chapel with a world-class Taylor and Booty pipe organ. And of course, the Pryor Performing Arts Center, which will include a 400-seat proscenium-style concert hall, a flexible theater space, a recording studio, a video editing suite, ensemble rehearsal rooms, practice rooms, a media lab, and a common beehive area that is also equipped for performances. I will be joined by two of my colleagues in the music department, Prof. Allegra Martin and Prof. Muller-Szeraws, who are going to speak more about the performance program. I'll just say a couple things, just go through the list of all of the ensembles: orchestra, college choir, wind ensemble, jazz ensemble, Balinese gamelan, concert band, chamber singers, chamber music, laptop ensemble, and recently a Gregorian chant ensemble as well. And there are also a number of student-led a cappella groups on campus, at least 4, if memory serves. One question that I'm often asked by both prospective majors and parents sometimes is it possible to major in music and another discipline as a double major? And the answer is absolutely. And in fact, most of our majors are double majors, certainly possible. And people also ask about after graduation, what do Holy Cross graduates do with a major in music? Many Holy Cross majors will go on to graduate programs and careers in music, while others will use their liberal arts education and perhaps a second major to enter a career path outside of music. Recent alumni are teaching at Bucknell, Skidmore College, and Penn State, among others. Other alumni have pursued careers in performance, the music industry, concert management, secondary school music education, music therapy, music librarianship, and music production. And music majors who have opted not to pursue careers in music are working as physicians, nurse practitioners, lawyers, teachers, financial analysts, physical therapists, marketing executives, and in many more professions, including public service. So I hope that was informative. If you have any questions about the program or the major, please feel free to put them in the Q&A or send them to me in an email. You can find my email address on the music department website. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Allegra Martin. I'm the Director of College Choirs here on campus, which means that I direct the college choir and the chamber singers. And this year I'm also the interim director of the orchestra. So the college choir is an unauditioned group of about 40 to 60 singers. One of the students' favorite part of being in the college choir is that before classes start every year, we have something called Choir Week, and all the students come to campus a week early, and we spend all our days rehearsing and doing activities and getting to know each other. And then at the end of the week, we perform at the Mass of the Holy Spirit, which kicks off our year, and the fall convocation. And the marching band does something similar. Marching band has a marching band camp week that runs concurrently, and we usually do one social event together. So that's a favorite part of everybody's year, I think. College choir also went on tour 2 years ago. We went down the East Coast to DC and New York. And it's generally true that the college choir goes on tour every other year, although we were supposed to be on tour last week, and for obvious reasons, that did not happen. We were going to go to Italy, but that has been delayed. The chamber singers is an auditioned group of about 14 to 16 singers, all with prior experience and good sight reading skills. And they perform on campus and often do, they've performed at the Art Museum last year. We have an art museum here in Worcester that's quite well known and well respected. We sometimes do run out gigs to Boston. And as Professor Arrell said, he went down the list. We have a wind ensemble, we have marching band, we have a pep band. For vocals, we also have 4 a cappella groups, all student run. And we also have vocal music in the chapel. Students can be cantors, or they can sing in the chapel choir, which rehearses on Sunday nights. So if you have any other questions about particularly choir or orchestra, but really any of the ensembles, please put them in the Q&A and I will be happy to answer them. Professor Arrell, do you think I missed anything?
No.
All righty, then I'm happy to turn it over to Professor Muller-Szeraws.
Thank you, Allegra. Yes, music is such an incredible thing. And one of the best ways of deepening one's musicianship is really playing and singing in an ensemble. The list of ensembles is beautiful, which we present here at the college. But I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about the chamber music program and the importance of playing chamber music. Chamber music, by not being a conducted ensemble, it requires great skills at an instrumental level, and it develops in a beautiful way the awareness, which we really need in our lives. Awareness of ourselves and awareness of with whom we communicate, with our chamber music partners, and as extension, being an instrument in the service of the music, in the service of the composer. And so there's a great amount of responsibility which gets developed by playing chamber music, and the building block, the basic building block really of being successful in this wonderful experiment of life, which is the microcosmos represented in chamber music really, is the instrumental and vocal skill which one develops. And therefore, one of the cornerstones of the music program is really our lessons program. And students, any student can take lessons, vocal and instrumental lessons. The music majors, their fee is covered for the lessons, but everybody can take lessons and they're not very expensive. We have a wonderful roster of instructors, and I highly, highly recommend engaging in music in general, but also developing that personal skill so that one then can successfully reach out through ensemble playing and make this incredible journey.
And I'll just hop in with a little information about the theater department. Academically, the theater major has two different focuses that you can choose. You could choose to be performance focused or design focused. And each of the focuses have a similar ground level base class workload, but then go on to specialize in either performing classes or design classes. And both sides of the major also allow for quite a few electives within the theater major. So if you're interested in directing, for instance, you can then further specialize by taking directing courses, or if you're interested in music theater, you can further specialize by taking those music theater courses. We also have a dance minor, which is 6 courses, a few core classes, and then again electives, so you can really build it into what you want it to be and what speaks to you. And then in addition to that, we do, as Chris was saying, we do offer all of our courses to majors and non-majors. Also, all of our performance opportunities are open to majors and non-majors. So if you're interested in theater, please come check it out. You don't have to be a major to be involved. We welcome everyone. We cast our main stage shows, major roles with non-majors pretty frequently. So come check it out, come get involved. Speaking of the performance opportunities, we do 3 main stage productions each year. This year they've been virtual and streaming. But usually they're live, and we're looking forward to getting into that new performance art space as well and doing our productions there. But we do a play in the fall, a musical in the winter, usually around January, February. And as I mentioned earlier, our musical happens to be streaming right now. It's linked in the events on campus in the Family Week site, and it's also linked on the theater webpage, streaming for free if you want to check it out. And then we will also be doing a play later in the semester that will also be streaming for free. Right now, they're able to rehearse in person, which is really exciting. And the performance content will be streamed because we can't have audiences yet. But I know they're having a lot of fun being back together and rehearsing and performing with each other. So in addition to those 3 main stage performances, the Alternate College Theater is a student group connected with the theater department, and they put on 2 additional shows, a play and a musical, fully produced by the students and supported by the department. So that's 5 opportunities to be in big, fully produced productions. Beyond that, we do a dance concert in the spring, and we also have directing projects that students can be involved in. So tons of opportunities to be involved as performers. And again, you don't need to be a major to come over and take some theater classes or to get involved in the performances. For those students incoming, a great way to start out is to take basic acting, which is a wonderful course to kind of get plugged into the department and also just meet people. It's a small class. You're going to make a tight community. So we definitely recommend that. And again, if you're not planning to be a professional actor, that's okay, because what we teach is communication, connectivity, listening, and I think those are important in all disciplines. So that's just a little overview of the theater department, some of the things that we offer. Our student panelists will talk a little bit more about that and a little more about alternate college theater as well. But if you out there, if you have any questions, go ahead and start throwing those in the chat. I've seen a few. We're going to start fielding them. So please, any questions you have about the different opportunities we've discussed, things that are streaming, if you want to watch them, how to get involved, questions for our students. And at this time, we're going to ask our student panelists to go ahead and turn their cameras on as well. And they're going to just give a little brief introduction of themselves and the different groups that they're representing. But keep those questions coming in the Q&A, because as soon as they're done with their introductions, we're going to try and answer some questions, everyone. Yeah, I will throw it to, I can't remember who's the first one to go, but I bet that they remember. Go for it, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Dan Barber. I'm a junior, double major in music and economics, and I play the saxophone with the Good Time Marching Band, the Crusader Pep Band, the Holy Cross Jazz Ensemble, and I'm here today representing the Holy Cross Wind Ensemble. The Wind Ensemble is our concert band made up of woodwind, brass, and percussion instruments.
Perfect. My name is Beth Griffin. I'm a senior here at the college. I'm a music and history double major. I play the clarinet in the orchestra. I'm also the co-chair of that ensemble. I also play clarinet and used to play piano in the Holy Cross Jazz Ensemble with Dan. So I'm here representing both the orchestra and the jazz ensemble, so feel free to direct any questions about that to me.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Chen, and I'm a senior and I major in computer science and music. Today I'll be representing the Holy Cross Chamber Music Groups, which you heard a sample of today with me, Joe, and Liz.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadie O'Conor. I am a junior, a double major in music and English. I'm here representing choir and the chamber singers. I also take voice lessons, and I'm also a friend of the theater department, so I do the department shows and ACT and the performance classes.
Hi everyone, my name is Liza Goodman. I am a senior theater major in gender, sexuality, and women's studies concentrator, and I'm here today representing the theater department, and specifically I have been involved in mostly theater department shows my whole 4 years here. So as Meaghan said, we do 3 shows each year, and if you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to answer them.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace Aquilano. I'm a junior English and theater double major. I'm the co-chair of production for Alternate College Theater along with Nate. I'm a campus tour guide, and I tap dance in the Holy Cross Dance Ensemble. And I'm here to represent what it means to be a double major at Holy Cross, and as well as dance. So if you guys have any questions, feel free.
Hi everyone, my name is Nate Tanner. I'm a junior theater major with an environmental studies minor. I'm here to represent ACT, Alternate College Theater, which, as Meaghan referred to before, it is the student-run theater organization on campus. I'm a co-chair along with Grace, like she said. We do 2 shows a year. We also do a lot of fun events for students to come, even if they're not necessarily interested in being in shows. We are a very welcoming community. We just want as many people to enjoy themselves and welcome them into the family as possible. This semester, I am directing ACT's musical, The Theory of Relativity, and we're having a great time. We will be streaming that April 15th through the 21st. You'll be able to find a way to reserve seats on the theater department website. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for being here.
Right on. Thank you all for introducing yourselves. So again, anyone, if you have any questions for anyone you see here, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I see one question directed to you, Jan, specifically about what career paths you anticipate will be open to music majors after graduating from Holy Cross in a post-COVID world. So you have any thoughts on that, Jan?
Absolutely. You know, of course, we don't have a crystal ball, right? But I have this real strong feeling that the music life and life in general is going to come roaring back after this pandemic. when all of this is all done, I think there's an incredible amount of energy which is building up and which will release itself in creativity. And so I think the great times are ahead. And I really, really hope so, right? Concretely for the music major, I think the music major at Holy Cross is really a first step for you in a career in music. It's a wonderful way of getting to know different possibilities of where and how to find your calling. And if it is music, it is really it's an opportunity of taking that first step. It's really up to you though, to take the opportunities which are being given to you with your interests, your own interests. Look where you belong. Look what really draws you in. I really think that music is a calling, and it is something which needs to come really from within. And so searching within is the very first step for that. So yes, I think it's that inner journey which I think needs most attention. And if there's a positive thing in this whole difficult times, which we're going through right now, I think it's the opportunity of looking inward without having to go all out yet, and finding yourself and looking for your own inner calling. And then I think riding the wave of energy which is going to come out of all of this. So those are my thoughts about this.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much. I also saw a question about how incoming students can get involved in both choir and theater. So maybe we'll check in with theater, and then Allegra, if you would like to talk more about that. But in terms of theater, I do think if you're an incoming student or a first-year student, really enrolling in basic acting is great. It will check off one of your common area requirements in the arts. So it counts towards the credits you need to graduate, but also you just meet a lot of people and get plugged in and have a lot of community in a close-knit group. We also do auditions in the fall, usually the second weekend of class, after classes start, usually early September. The information will be posted on the website, and auditions are open to anyone. Usually you do a little reading from the play that might be being auditioned, and maybe a short little bit of music. And ACT is another great way, just getting plugged in with ACT from the beginning. They do so many fun events. So those are some thoughts I would have. I don't know if Liza or Nate or Sadie or Grace would have any other advice for incoming students wanting to be involved in theater.
Yeah, I would say if you're a current student already, definitely reach out to ACT. We can get you on the mailing list and make sure, if we're having events or if there's shows or auditions, that you'll know this is happening. If you're going to be an incoming student in the fall, the theater department in ACT always kicks the season off with our pizza party. So it's a great way to just come and meet people and get excited for what's coming up that semester.
Yeah. And Nate, I saw a question just pop up. Is it best to start in the fall? Or are there things that we've already finished the auditions for this semester, but are there things that people could still get involved with ACT for the remainder of the semester, Nate?
Definitely. This semester particularly, I know the directing class is still doing their one-acts and things. So you can either talk to me or anybody at ACT. We can get you on the list for the available actors. You can also be involved in any of the number of events that we're doing. Yeah, I think that there's definitely lots of opportunities.
I think the ACT email is ACT, if you type ACT into your student email, you'll get an email that will pop up, and you can just send an email that says, hey, I'd love to be on your events list, and someone will reach out to you.
Totally.
Yeah. Dr. Martin, would you talk a little bit about how to hop into the world of choir as an incoming student?
Yeah, so for people who are going to be incoming first years, and also if you want to get involved in band or choir or theater or anything else, I think attending the Gateways events that are going to be happening online in June is a great way to get plugged in, because that's the first time that on our side we start making lists. So if you get on one of our lists at that point, then we will send you all the emails you need to know about auditions and other things like that. So definitely do gateways. And the other thing is that once you get your Holy Cross email set up, keep an eye on your email, because you will get emails from the music department telling you all about how to audition for every ensemble and for chamber music and to sign up for private lessons. You'll get emails about how to try out for the theater department things. So even though you will be getting a lot of emails, just, get used to scanning and hitting the delete key quickly, but do keep an eye on your inbox. And if you're somebody who's already marked down in admissions as having an interest in music or an interest in theater, we will probably reach out to you directly. But if we don't do that, maybe by the end of June or middle of July, then I would encourage you to reach out to any of the faculty here. But I would say that Gateways is the best way to start.
Nice. Do any of the students have any other thoughts of when you were incoming students, things that you found particularly helpful in terms of getting plugged in or meeting people or getting started in the arts?
I can talk a little bit about this. I went to choir week when I was a freshman. It was how I met most people in the choir who I know now. It was a really good experience. It also lets you move in early, so you don't get the big rush of move-in day. So that's a real big stress reliever, just to have the chance to meet some people who are willing to help you move in and get settled, and you get there about a week before. So even if the transitions to college are always hard, and especially when we're in person, so having that network really helped me. It's also a chance to bond with people over stuff that you like. And one of the things I got as a tip from theater people when I was an incoming student or a high school student thinking about coming was to just come and sit in the green room, which is this little room we have near all of the theater classrooms. It's not that hard to find. It's near the really tall tower. And I just went in there and I read the scripts, because we have all of the scripts available for the shows that are happening that year. And people will come in and say hi to you. And people sometimes drop off snacks, and people come to get water when they're in between classes. And it's a very nice hub where you can meet people who are always going to help you out. So don't hesitate to come and just be present, because people will come and you will be able to find your community.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Sadie. Anybody else want to add anything to that from the student panelists? And also, if anyone out there has any more questions, keep them coming in the chat box. They're great questions.
I can speak a bit to the instrumental side of that. I indicated when I applied to Holy Cross, I indicated that I was interested in the band programs, and the recruitment manager, the student leader from the Holy Cross Band's executive board, reached out to me to get to know me and invited me to register for band camp. Band camp starts the week before classes do for our marching band. And for me, that was an amazing start to my first year. It let me meet many of my best friends to this day. So if you indicate on your application that you have an interest, most likely somebody will reach out to you. Even before I could reach out to them, they were in my email inbox. If you want to get more information on the Holy Cross bands, you can definitely go to the Holy Cross website and get in touch with our director or any of our student leaders whose email addresses you can find there.
Oh, that's great. And then how about jazz ensemble, chamber music, and wind ensemble? How do students get involved with all of those? I don't know if someone wants to jump in for that.
Yeah, just to reiterate what Professor Martin said a little bit earlier, definitely keep an eye on your email in that first kind of week of school. There'll be a lot of information about how to audition for things like jazz ensemble or for the orchestra and for other instrumental opportunities. I know that's how I found out about both jazz ensemble and the orchestra when I walked in my first year, and I'm still doing both of them now. So that's definitely, just keep an eye out in those first few weeks, and certainly feel free to reach out to anyone, any student who's on the board or any student you know who's doing it or a professor you know who does it. They're generally very helpful.
Yeah, and I think any of the professors on the panel right now, feel free to send us an email if you have more specific questions. We can definitely get you in touch. You know, Holy Cross is a tight-knit community, and we want you to reach out. So you can find all of our email addresses on the websites for our departments, and don't hesitate to send an email. Kevin, we have a question for you. As a Brooks Scholar, will you pursue a professional career as a pianist?
Well, that's a very specific question for me, I guess. The answer to that is, I mean, this year's been a crazy year and everything's sort of up in the air. But next year I'll be pursuing graduate school opportunities. So that might not necessarily entail a professional career as a pianist, but I'll be going to grad school for most likely some musical programs next year.
Right on. Thank you, Kevin. We'll maybe do one last call for questions. If anyone has anything they're thinking about asking, don't hesitate, throw it in that Q&A box. We want to answer your questions about how to get involved, courses, things that you could potentially stream as audience members. Throw that in the chat box. As we're getting those last questions, was there anything anyone else thought would be helpful regarding any of the questions we've had so far, or anything that you wanted to add on? Everybody's good. Oh, Nate's jumping in. Go for it, Nate.
I was just thinking about how specifically for the performing arts, it can be really intimidating trying to get involved, just because you go to things like this, you're like, wow, these people are so talented. It's crazy. It's overwhelming. But the thing I love the most about Holy Cross is how supportive everybody is in the performance arts community. I can speak specifically about theater, but also just the performance arts community in general. It's not competitive. Everybody really wants you to succeed and wants to see you grow. And it's really unique because you don't get that a lot of places. So reach out to the other students, the student leaders that are here, other student leaders, because they'll point you in the right direction and do everything they can to help you.
Yeah, that's a great advice, Nate. Thank you for putting that out there. And I'll also point out that a lot of the students on this panel are, working on projects across the departments, and there's a lot of collaboration. So if you're interested in one thing, it doesn't mean you can't be interested in another thing. And it's a tight community. So yeah. All right. I think those are all the questions we had. I can't thank you all enough for coming and spending your Saturday afternoon with us, both the participants and the attendees. Be sure to check out the Family Week website for the remaining events. There's some great stuff on there. And there's also the link for what's happening on campus that has some streaming content from lots of different departments. So certainly check that out as well. And I think that's it. Thank you all so much for coming out. It's been a lovely afternoon. Thank you to the performers. One more round of applause for them. Fabulous work, everyone. And yeah, we'll look forward to hopefully seeing many of you on campus soon.
Megan, before we break, there was one more question in the chat about dance studios and possibly maybe the new Performing Arts Center.
Oh yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I didn't see the question, but dance facilities, how are the dance facilities? Oh, and dance studios, great question. So we have a dance studio in the theater department right now, and it's a nice big space. And we also have classrooms that dance classes take part in the theater department. But when the new Performance Arts Center opens up, we will have all of our classes being offered over there. So we'll have brand new spaces, which is going to be great and expand the number of spaces we have access to. Grace, did you have any things you could add to that? Where do you guys meet for the TAP group?
Yeah, so before the Joe was built, there was the field house. So we rehearsed in the field house. It had rooms with mirrors. But when they started construction for that, dance ensemble was moved into Hogan. So we've been rehearsing. Hogan is our student center and has many like multi-purpose rooms. So we would rehearse in there. They don't have mirrors, but we would record, and that's how we would practice. And then Hogan also has a ballroom where there's many big events that has a stage. So that's where we perform the dance ensemble.
Yeah, and I think in the new performing arts space, there's a dance studio that's actually going to be overlooking campus. So that's going to be a really gorgeous addition too. Great question. Great question. All right, I think that might have covered it. Thank you for letting me know, everyone, that we missed a question about the dance spaces. I'm glad we caught it. Again, thank you so much to everyone involved. Thank you to our performers, and thank you for all of you who attended to spend some time with us on your Saturday afternoon. Check out that Family Week website, lots of links to things that are really exciting happening on campus, not only this weekend, but things that can be streamed and looked at after this weekend. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Saturday.